Hey guys, this is our last guessing strategy that we are going to talk about. As hopefully you've caught from all of the videos this week, it is so important to do the math like you know how to do the math on the ACT. In other words, just like your teacher taught you in math class. These guessing strategies are simply for what you do when you don't know what to do. You know, if you're looking at it and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't remember how to do this problem, but I think I can kind of figure it out, then you're going to want to use a guess and check strategy. Remember too that if you think you're going to spend way too much time on a problem, then circle it and go ahead and bubble in an answer in case you don't get a chance to come back, but go on to the next problem and see if you can find those ones that it will be easier than the one you're on. You're going to find easy problems even beyond number 30 into the 38s, 40s, maybe even beyond, and you want to go out there and find those easier problems. So, and don't spend too much time on any one question. Now, if you're shooting for a 30 on the ACT, then these guess and check strategies, the estimation strategy, plug-in numbers strategies, those strategies really probably aren't going to use very often because you are really going to be pumping out questions as fast as you can to try to get them done. So it's super important that you probably only use these strategies if you're looking at around anywhere from maybe a 20 to a 26. Maybe 25 even. Anything higher than that, and you're certainly just going to want to go through and do the math the best you can. We're going to spend the rest of the semester working on math practice. It's super important that you review math topics, and so we are going to spend a lot of this semester just reviewing. Review. But anyway, let's go through and I'll show you how to use guess and check strategy. Here's a typical problem on the ACT. It says, so far a student has earned the following scores on 400-point test this grading period. They have a 65, a 73, an 81, and an 82. What score must the student earn on the fifth and last 100-point test of the grading period to earn an average test grade of 80 for the 5 tests? Now, certainly you would want to use algebra, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But let's make a guess first. We're going to use our guess and our check. And when we guess, we are always going to pick the one in the middle. All right? If you have to guess and check it, you're going to guess the one in the middle and see what happens. So let's say that is the extra problem. So we'll take 65 plus 73 plus 81 plus 82, and for the fifth score we're going to guess 78. We're going to divide that all by 5, and hopefully we're going to get an average score of 80. So I'll pull my calculator out here. 65 plus 73 plus 81 plus 82 plus 78. I'm going to hit enter and make sure that I get a number there before I divide by 5. Otherwise, I'm afraid the calculator will do the order of operations incorrectly. That gives me a 75.8. That's not enough. I need a higher score. If you need a higher score, then you probably better pick a higher number. All right, because I'm shooting for an 80, not a 75.8. So that pretty much eliminated this choice and this choice. And that's why I say pick the middle value first. So then you know you don't have to pick as many. So let's try 99. Let's cross this guy out and let's put in 99. All right. All right, let's clear that out. This would probably be a good time on a graphing calculator to do second enter, and it will probably bring that problem back up for you again so you don't have to type it all. But I don't have a graphing calculator right at this second, so I'll type it all back in, hit enter, get 396. I will divide by 5, and I've got a 79.2. Still not enough. I need to get an 80. So we're just going to say right here, there's no way the student can earn an average of 80. And if you wanted to double check that, you could put in 100 here, which is basically just 5 more points. Let me undo this by multiplying by 5, getting back to my sum, and adding 5 more points. Oh my goodness, I put in a 95 here instead of a 99. Well, I should have put a 99 here, but I put a 95. That was not the choice. I should have used the 99. But let's just put in 100, which is 5 more points, divided by 5, 80.2. I think we could probably make it with that. So you know what? I'm going to just double check this with the right one, since I messed that up to begin with. Let's go in and just do it right. Plus 81 plus 82 plus 99, because that's the number here. The number I was trying for was 99. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to obviously divide by 5, and I hit it. I got 80. So incorrect. I did this incorrectly. We're going to choose J, 99. Alright, we can make it there. But anyway, I hope you could see there, even though I did mess that up, I hope you could see that when you choose the middle one and you clearly don't get enough, you can make more. I mean, just choose something higher. It eliminates some of the choices for you. Super important. Alright, let's try number 19. At a refinery, 100,000 tons of sand are required to produce each 60,000 barrels of a tarry material. How many tons of sand are required to produce 3,000 barrels of this tarry material? Alright, so if I have 60,000 barrels of tarry material, that's how much I can produce. I'm going to put that here. That's my production, or my produce. So that is out of 100,000 tons of sand. So the question is, how much sand, we'll let that be X, is required to produce 3,000 barrels. I'll put it on top here because I put this one on top. So it looks like I'm getting 6/10 here. If I reduce this, cross out my zeros for a quick reduction, 6/10 is equal to 3/5. So I definitely, instead of 3,000, since I have 3,000 here, I'm definitely going to want 5,000 on the bottom. Alright, that was actually basically just working the math and getting it. And you can check it, you can guess and check, and you can guess 3,000 out of 20,000 if you want to just guess. 3,000 over 20,000 is not going to reduce to 3/5. It'll be way too small, honestly, because that fraction is 20,000 is going to be a huge number on the bottom, so that fraction's really, really tiny. But anyway, to make a bigger fraction, you need a smaller denominator. So anyway, that's a little tough to see, guess, and check, but hopefully you understood it the way I did the math. All right, number 31. What is the x-coordinate of the point in the standard xy coordinate plane at which the two lines y equals 2x plus 6 and y equals 3x plus 4 intersect? Now this is a solving systems of equations line. But if I didn't remember how to solve systems of equations, I would pick this middle number, which x-coordinate. So it says what happens if this is the x, the 4. So I'm going to plug in the x here. 3 times 4 plus 4, and I'm going to get 12 plus 4 is 16. Then I'm going to plug the 4 in up here. Y equals 2 times 4 plus 6. 8 plus 4 is 14. That wasn't quite enough on this one, okay? Looks like I'm about 1 away on either one. I mean, very close. These need to be equal, all right, for this to work. So I think I'm going to, I don't know if I should go here or here. It's kind of hard to tell at this point. So I'm going to go back and plug in some 6's. Y equals 3 times 6 plus 4, and y equals 2 times 6 plus 6. Alright, so I'm just plugging it back in here to see what I get. 18 plus 4 is 22. 12 plus 6 is 18. Whoa, I'm getting a little further apart now. Now notice these are 4 apart. These were only 2 apart. So it looks like I'm getting further away. So I better go back up here to B. So I'm going to check it. Y equals 3 times 2 plus 4. That's 6 plus 4 is 10. Y equals 2 times 2 plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. Voila. There's my answer. B. Using check the choices. Not the best way to do it, but I got the right answer. Alright, not the best way to do it, but I got the right answer. Now, the correct way to do the math, of course, if you want to find out where these lines intersect, then that clearly would make their y's equal. Alright, where they intersect, the y values would be the same. So I'm simply going to set them equal to each other. Just like that. Subtract 2x from both sides. Like that. Subtract 4 from both sides. And I got the answer. And that was a lot faster than using check the choices. So check the choices is a nice method to use if you've forgotten how to do your math. It's very labor intensive and it takes a lot of time. So I hope that you don't have to use it very often. Alright, so that's it for today, and hopefully that helps you. We'll talk at you soon.